It's funny. I was just thinking about all those like craft projects we did as kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like the construction paper, the safety scissors, the glue,
Sure.
the classics.
Totally.
And you'd end up with like a paper plate lion or something.
Classic.
Right. So get ready to kind of relive some of those memories because today we're diving into Paper Cars 2.
Paper Cars 2?
Yeah, 2. It's a sequel. That's
Wow.
what I thought. Someone out there's clearly winning at this whole paper car thing.
I guess so.
So we're going to, figure out what makes this kit so special that it got a sequel. We've got like excerpts from the Amazon listing. We've got some images of what the box looks like, even a peek inside at how the instructions are laid out, all that good stuff.
Well, I think what's really interesting about these kinds of DIY crafts is that they never seem to get old.
It's true.
Especially with kids.
Yeah.
It's like at that age, they're developing those fine motor skills,
Yeah.
figuring out spatial reasoning, problem solving.
Right.
And they think they're just playing.
Yeah, it's like sneaky learning or something.
Excellent.
And this Paper Cars 2 kit, it promises hours of entertainment and fun, but like it sounds like it's also good for their brains.
Oh, absolutely. And you're not just building like one car here. We're talking 16 vehicles, 4 different models. They even have a racetrack with, curves and everything, separate start and finish lines.
Wow. So they really thought this through.
They did.
And I'm seeing from the images we have, the colors are amazing. It's not just like plain old construction paper.
Right.
These cars, the track, they've got so much personality.
And to make sure all that building goes smoothly, the Amazon description mentions easy-to-follow instructions and ready-to-cut templates, which is huge.
Oh, tell me about it. Remember those craft projects that were like supposed to be easy, but then nothing fit together, right?
Yeah, frustrating.
The worst.
Yeah, so this kit seems like it's designed to avoid all that,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
which is really important for kids, to build their confidence and actually enjoy the creating part, no matter how old they are or what their skill level is.
Okay, so I have a question. They keep saying easy to store, and I'm like, it's a paper, right? You just like stick it in a drawer.
Ah, you see, that's where you're wrong. If you've ever seen a kid's room after a crafting session.
Okay, fair point. I see what you mean.
But it is interesting that they highlight storage as like a selling point, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
And it looks like they actually have a solution for that.
Oh, really? What is it?
If you look closely at the image, the cars are actually different sizes, so they nest inside each other.
Oh, that's actually really clever.
Right. They've really thought of everything.
It's like they actually understand parents.
Okay.
Okay, let's look inside this instruction booklet. It looks very visual. Not a lot of text, just those big CT fold GLUE instructions.
Oh, for sure. Smart move. Not every kid learns the same way.
Right.
Some kids would rather look at pictures than try to read a bunch of instructions. So this way they can just get straight to the fun part.
Speaking of fun, did you see at the bottom of the page here? They're advertising paper airplanes and paper houses.
Yeah.
Subtle, right?
Why not? They've got you hooked. Might as well see what else you're interested in.
True, true. It does make you wonder what other paper creations they could do. I don't know, paper dinosaurs.
Oh, I bet you could do anything with this format. Paper spaceships.
Ooh, yeah.
The possibilities are endless, but hold on, before we go off on a tangent about paper crafts.
Right. Back to the cars.
What do you think it is about paper cars specifically that made them popular enough for a Paper Cars 2? Like, why cars?
That is a good question. It's got to be more than just the finished product, right?
Right.
It's the whole experience, picking out which car you want to make, folding everything perfectly.
Yeah, it's like that feeling you get when you actually make something yourself with, your own 2 hands.
And you have the instructions, but you can still get creative with it. Do you think with those 4 car models, could you, I don't know, draw on them?
Yeah.
Or cut out shapes to make your car unique?
Totally. And that's actually something that education experts are always saying is super important for kids. That mix of structure, but also letting them explore and try new things.
It's not just coloring inside the lines.
Exactly. It's about using your imagination and figuring things out.
And sometimes even the mistakes can be fun. I mean, come on, who hasn't glued their fingers together at some point, right?
Absolutely. Those are the best stories.
Right.
And sometimes you even discover something cool by messing up. That's how you learn.
It's true. Sometimes those happy accidents, you
Yeah.
know. But going back to the whole sequel thing, why do you think it's paper cars, specifically, that people love so much they made a Paper Cars 2? Out of all the things you could make.
That's an interesting one. I think cars, especially for kids, are just exciting, They mean freedom, going fast, adventures. Plus, you can race them, crash them. And there's just something about
Oh,
them.
yeah, the crashing is the best part. I can just imagine the paper car pileups already.
For sure. But it's true. Cars just have this way of capturing your imagination, no matter how old you are. We see cars everywhere. We ride in them. They're just familiar.
They're part of our lives.
Right. And yet, you can still use them to play pretend, to imagine all kinds of stories. And I think that's what this Paper Cars 2 kit does so well. It takes something ordinary, like paper, and turns it into a toy, a learning tool, even a way to spend time with other people.
You know, we've been talking about the kids who'd be playing with these cars, but what about the parents? This seems like something you could really do together.
100%. It's like in a world where everyone's always on their phones and stuff,
It's true.
doing something with your hands together is kind of special.
Yeah.
Remember this seat fold GLUE instruction?
Yeah.
Imagine a parent and a kid working on that together.
It's like you're building something more than just a paper car, in a way.
Yeah.
You're right. It's kind of amazing when you think about it. It started with these paper cars.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about like family bonding and the meaning of life.
It's true, though, but I think that just goes to show you how powerful this kind of creative play can be.
I think so too.
It really does affect, like, all these different parts of our lives, even if we don't realize it.
It's easy to forget sometimes, when you're an adult and you're busy with other things.
Yeah.
But we've been talking about all the cool things this Paper Cars 2 kit has going for it, like
Oh, yeah.
how it helps kids learn and stuff and the clever design.
Yeah.
But really, at the end of the day, it's just about having fun.
Right. Exactly. And that's something we could all use a little more of, I think, no matter how old we are.
Totally agree.
It makes you think, what else is out there? Like, what's in your own house right now that could be, I don't know, fun to play with? Maybe it's time to get those creative juices flowing again.
I love that. It's about being open to new possibilities, even if it's something super simple.
Exactly. Because sometimes the best things are the simplest things.
Well said. And on that note, I think we've reached the finish line of this deep dive.
I think we have.
Who knew there was so much to talk about when it comes to paper cars? Thanks for joining us.
This was fun. Thanks for having me.
And thanks to all of you for listening. See you next time for another deep dive.